Hey guys, it's Mr. B XRP here and welcome back. Today is March 17th of 2020 and I know it's pretty grim out there right now, but happy St. Patrick's Day anyway, and I hope that some people are going to make the best of that. This is my second taping of this video. Normally I normally go Kevin Cage style, one take, uncut Kevin Cage style, but unfortunately I mentioned the forbidden words and I had to go back and redo it. So this is a rare second taping of this video. But anyway, I'm going to try and make it short. I'm going to try and keep it to the point. And shout out to Kevin Cage because he is a rock star, and I enjoy his videos as well. So on CoinMarketCap, it looks like the total market cap is 149 billion, and Bitcoin's at 51.92, Ethereum's at 115, XRP's at 14.5 cents. On Fiat Leak, it looks like the volumes are okay. I mean, nothing, nothing huge, and sitting under 15 cents as well. As far as the price of XRP is concerned, let me jump over here and I'll tell you what my thoughts are. I ran this poll this morning, and it's only been running for 4 hours, and I've had almost 2,000 people vote on it. And my question was, has the current event already affected your income, XRP community? And 36.8% said yes, 47.9% so far have said no, and 15.3% said soon. So my point is that greater than 50% of the people are going to be affected in very soon with their income. And my biggest, well, I have a lot of concerns about that. One is that people need to, be able to pay their bills and feed their families, which is of paramount importance. And I hope that everybody's making every plan that they possibly can in order to do that. And the second thing is people being able to hang on to their XRP, because if a lot of people aren't working, unfortunately, some people are going to have to liquidate some of their assets in order to, feed the kids and do the things they need to do. Excuse me. So I have a big concern for that, and unless we have some sort of a major announcement or a major jump in utility, I'm not quite sure that that prices are going to hold in the cryptocurrency market as well, specifically XRP. I don't know that we're going to be able to hold that 15-cent range because there isn't really, with the economy going the way it is, there isn't any real reason for it to stay stable or continue to go up, unless of course something good happens, and we're always waiting for something good to happen. But I don't want to be gloom and doom. I'm just kind of telling you what I think. I'm not a trader. If I were a trader, I probably might want to, I probably would swing trade right now a little bit, but I'm not. I don't have the stomach for it, and I know that some people are out there doing it. But most importantly are the people out there who are leveraged. Whatever you do, if you're leveraged, get yourself right, because if there is another dip, you can get liquidated, and we've talked a lot about that. It's happened to a lot of people. So please, everybody prepare out there. One of the things I wanted to mention too is, with a lot of people out of work right now, I know it's hard to find things to do when you're not working in order to make money. The only thing I can think of is that, obviously, hospitals and urgent cares and all these places are probably going to be looking to hire some people. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to be in the unsafe zone of the current event. But if you need to find work, I would imagine hospitals are probably hiring people part-time or full-time, because they're trying to ramp up and get ready. So for anyone that needs work, I mean, I'm thinking that might be the place to go. And also, if anybody has any tips on any work that people can do from home, online, if anybody has a company that they need help with for people to do any sort of work that people can do from at home, please put it in my comment section, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are not making any money because they had to go home. And if you guys have any work for them, put it in my comment section, and if you're looking for work, guys, read my comment section. Maybe there's something that you can do, and that would be helpful, and we'd be providing a good service to our community. That would be fantastic. So moving on, this was something that XRP Nurse had posted on Twitter, and it was RippleNet versus Swift. I thought it was kind of a neat thing, and it talks about when they were founded, CEOs, 300 financial institutions at Ripple, which I don't believe, by the way. I think it's way more than that, but they haven't told us yet. Swift's at 11,000. And by the way, the 11,000 customers that Swift has, just so you remember, and I posted this multiple times on Twitter, and I'm sure I could find it if I wanted to, but I didn't look. The previous CEO of Swift once said on camera that 80% of his business comes from 20% of their customers. So if 220 of their customers make up 80% of their business, then even though Ripple only has 300 customers, if we have the right customers, then we might have a lion's share of Swift's business. So keep that in mind. We don't need 11,000 customers. We need the right customers. So I think you need to just take that in consideration. There's a thing called the Pareto principle, and it's 90% of any business is usually done by 10% of the people, and that whole 80% of their business comes from 20% of their people. It's very common in business for that to happen. It's a known formula called the Pareto principle. So settlement time is seconds on RippleNet and up to 10 days on Swift, and I've had payments come from Canada to the U.S. that took as much as 11, 12 days. So that is true. Instant settlement, RippleNet, yes. Swift, no. Liquidity sourcing, RippleNet, yes. Swift, no. And then let's see, just kind of go down this thing here and see. Country served, RippleNet's at 70 and Swift is at 140, which I think MoneyGram actually mentioned they were in 180 countries actually. So even though Ripple's only showing 70 plus, doing business with MoneyGram means that they're probably now potentially in 180 countries. So I think because of that probably makes sense. And also, just an FYI, MoneyGram stock hit. I saw it was about a $1.25 when I started this video. Just as a reference point, when Ripple made their investment in MoneyGram was at $1.45. It ran up to about $6.67 within about 60 days, and then tumbled back down. And I think it was at $1.18 earlier today, and it was about $1.25 when I started this video. So for those that are following along on the MoneyGram stock, I just wanted to share that with you. This was interesting. This gentleman posted this on Twitter. His name was Spiro, and said it's coming, and this was from Team YouTube. With fewer people to review content, our automated systems will be stepping in to keep YouTube safe. So it's just what we need, right, guys? We need to be kept safe. More videos will be removed than normal during this time, including content that does not violate our community guidelines. Oh, that's just great. We know this will be hard for all of you. So listen, if you start seeing videos disappear again, even this video or any video, you'll know why. YouTube's just out there taking down videos. And the silly thing is, all of the work that their people do can be done remotely. So I don't know why anything should change for them, but they're in control, and they'll do what they do. This was from Jack the Rippler, who starts every tweet with boom. And it says, people are saying banks will use Swift GPI and not XRP. XRP is dead. Watch Graham Bright from EuroXM 2019. And he's quoted as saying, we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the Swift network as a currency. So I met Graham Bright in Singapore. What a gentleman. What a nice guy. In fact, I have his business card sitting here on my desk. Super, super nice guy. In fact, I think he was the first person to use XRapid, which was the predecessor to ODL. Let's listen to this short video by Graham and listen to his explanation. And remember something, Graham is one of Ripple's first customers. Graham knows what time it is. Graham knows what's going on. And let's listen to Graham's words.
Discussion surrounding crypto replacing Swift. So we did speak earlier where you mentioned that it's not necessarily about replacing Swift, it's about complementing it. So let's get some more information on this.
Okay. I used to work for Swift. I was Swift for 20 years, so Swift is flowing through my veins. Swift is the preeminent messaging system for the financial industry, which covers, say, payments, FX, trade, in terms of securities, etc., not reconciliations, etc. What we're looking with the crypto, though, is where Swift would have a store and forward system for most of its payment transactions, and where you need service level agreements that in a certain time I will do something for payment turns up at a certain time during the day. Here we're looking at the new network styles which allow instant, real-time movement to the funds and visibility of those funds as well. So we would not have a situation where banks need to come back to you and say, have my funds arrived? It's 3 days later. I need to find out or find query messages moving around the network. There's nothing like that. I don't believe Ripple is going to replace SWIFT. Ripple is one of the complementary networks, which is going to allow those institutions who need real time to make use of that. And I think we're also seeing that SWIFT are changing their network capability so that real time will be a possibility as well. But we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
Now, so, I just slightly moving on for a second, because
that was amazing. So that was Graham in his own words. We may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency. Interesting stuff, and Graham is an excellent source. I'm going to jump over here just for informational purposes. CoinDesk hasn't announced it yet publicly, but privately they have announced that Consensus this year, which takes place May 11th to May 13th, is it's not being canceled, but it's going to be held online. So that's what I'm hearing privately, and I think there'll be some sort of announcement soon. I would expect today. So for anyone that was looking to attend, just wanted to give you the heads up on that as well. Also, a couple of other footnotes that I wanted to tell you. There's been a lot of chatter out there about the country actually going into the United States actually going into some form of quarantine. I don't know if it's true or not. There's just a lot of chatter about it. What I would suggest to everybody is get gas. I think people are going to be clamoring for gas the moment they find that out. And another tip that I want to give, everyone knows that I'm a real estate broker and I'm in the real estate industry, and I will tell you that during the last financial crisis, one of the things the banks did, and I kind of laughed when I saw all those bankers sitting around the table with President Trump last week, and they all said the same thing. We want to help. We're here to help. We just want to help. They're so full of it, guys. They want to say that publicly because they want the government to help them when they need help. But they're not here to help. They're here to get paid. So one of the things they did during the last economic downturn is when things got really bad, is they pulled back credit lines and froze some credit lines. So if you have business credit lines or personal credit lines, HELOCs on your house that you're counting on as some sort of a safety net, you need to consider that at some point they may freeze those lines or pull them back in some way. I'm only telling you this not to freak anybody out, but just be prepared. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm sitting here preparing in so many different ways to try and make it through the next several months because we just don't know what is going to happen. So keep that in mind. Make decisions based on what you need to do, what's best for you. I was talking to somebody this morning who said to me on the phone, which was an interesting idea. You know, they suspended mortgages in Italy, 60 million mortgages, and I just don't see them doing anything like that in the United States. But this person suggested to me on the phone that, you know, they could suspend interest, and if they suspended interest on people's loans, it cut a lot of people's mortgages in half, and may help the delinquency for those people, or we're just going to have to wait and see what they're going to do. But the fact that so many people are out of work, we're really, really, really going to see an effect down the line that's going to be overwhelming. Anyway, just want to share my thoughts with you on that. I'm going to play this. This kid has got the right attitude, and no matter how bad things get, guys, we've got to stay positive. You have to make a plan. You have to have the right attitude, and you just have to muscle through this thing, okay? So just make a plan, write it down, muscle through. Let's see what he has to say.
Either you work hard for it, or you don't work hard for it. Well, me and my brother, we work hard for our stuff. It don't come easy. In life, you have to work. Either you want to be the shark of the ocean, or the fish of the ocean. And right now, we want to be the shark. Take over everything. Strength, no weakness, power, the muscle. You have to have that mindset. So you can come in here and dominate. When you say, oh, no. Don't put yourself down. Motivate yourself. Keep yourself up, pumped, and ready for any challenge that comes.
That's awesome. Thanks to Brad Kimes for posting that. That is absolutely awesome. That kid is a pure winner for sure. Okay, listen, I hope everybody has a great day. Please make your plans, and I hope everyone is doing well. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a cabinet maker, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. This video is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe and hit the notifications button. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, please do subscribe and share with anybody who you think might do the same. And everybody have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.